Hey, how y'all doing? It's Monday, people. Back to the grindstone. Let's get to work. We got to get through this damn week. Monday's over. I hope your Monday went a whole lot better than mine. Funny story, before I get started up, every morning I go out and I feed Jenny, my donkey, and Boomer, my goat. I get a cup of oats and a little pat of hay there. Start breakfast off for the day. Well, this morning I didn't have the oats. Didn't have that cup of oats in my hand. I just had the hay. I got to go to the hay store to get some more oats. Anyway, I come down off the ladder and I looked at Boomer there, and he had a look in his eye, and I verbally said, "Oh, buddy, don't do it." And I made 3 steps over to their stall where I put the hay. And now Boomer come over there and butted his head down between my legs. And when he did, he jerked his head back as hard as he could. And he gored me right in the leg. His horn went right into my leg. So I am extremely sore this morning. And got a nice sized hole in my leg. I got to keep putting a bandage on. It keeps soaking through. Anyway, that goat, he likes his oats, baby, and when he don't got them, I guess he lets me know. Get the damn oats! I guess I will. I value my life. Anyway, I hope your Monday's going better than mine. Well, how do you like the shit that's been going on? For one, his Twitter shitstorm he had over the weekend. My God, he spit him out left and right. We'll get to that in a minute. It was something I was watching on TV this morning. Really kind of chapped my ass. And it was Jeffy boy, elf on the shelf up there, Jeff Sessions. Ex-Senator Jeff Sessions, our Attorney General of the United States of America. That little elf stood in front of a bunch of people this morning. The Religious Liberty Summit. Religious Liberty Summit. Jeff Sessions talking about that. Hey, wonderful, Jeff. What are you saying? I'll tell you what he said. He said that they're implementing a task force for religious liberty. That's right, a religious liberty task force to make sure all the good Christians, the ones that hold Jesus up as their savior, the same ones that support a lying sack of shit in our house, those guys, well, they want their rights. They want their right. They don't want to bake a cake for a gay guy, and they're going to call it a task force if you make them. Thought it was an appropriate day for this shirt. That's what this is about. It's not about your religious freedom. That's a bunch of bullshit. You don't read your Bible. I said it before. You look in there and it says the greatest sin that you can commit, you do it knowingly, is judging others. And that's what that old boy in the cake shop out there, he is the biggest sinner of all because he passes judgment on people because of their lifestyle. And now Jeff Sessions is going to institute a task force, baby. We're going to have a task force. What are they going to do, Jeffy boy? Run around all over the country, loaded up with their weapons there to make sure any religious people don't have any of their rights stomped. Are you shitting me? The separation of church and state has always been an essential part of this government. We demand it because we don't want to let Sharia law into our country. Remember that shit? It's the same damn thing. Do you think Jeff Sessions is worried about an Islamic person having religious freedom? Hell no. Do you think he worries about a Hindu person or a Sikh? No. No, baby, that's for the Jesus lovers. A religious task force. That's disgusting in my book. Why don't we have a task force for Russian involvement in our elections? How about a task force for systemic racism in our law enforcement? How about that shit? No, he wants to go and make sure that all the Jesus lovers all get their right to turn down service to whoever they desire because it's against their religious freedom. It's against their religious... Are you shitting me? Do unto others? Oh, Jesus loved the little children who were red, yellow, black, and white. All that shit's bullshit when it comes down to it. Hell no, they don't love everybody. There's a list, baby. And if you're not on the list, get the hell out of here. We're not baking a cake for you. You want to know why I support that little restaurant that threw Sarah Sanders' ass out on the street? That's why. That's why, because if they can use their religious rights as a reason to discriminate against people, I think we should be able to use our brains to discriminate against assholes. And that's what the Trump administration is doing. Jefferson Beauregard Sessions need to get his ass back down in Alabama. Retire, Jeff. Get the hell out of the way. You little disgusting turd. You think that's all it is? It's a lot of shit. Jeff's in the private prisons, baby. I see where Tennessee, the lady running for governor out there, it's not I think she's a Republican, but she's calling for pot to be legalized over there in Tennessee. Oh, no, Jeff, you better get after her ass. She's a Republican. What's her name? Beth Harwell? Yeah, she's a Republican. Wants to legalize pot, Jeff. You better get your ass over there and lock her up. Oh, lock her up. Jeff's familiar with that. Recently, he joined in some college girls and boys at a speech there at their high school, chanting, lock her up. And he had a smile on his face. You think he's upholding the laws of our country? Hell no. Jeff Sessions would be in front of the mob with a lynch waiting to go get him. Trial? No, we don't need a trial. Lock her up. Lock her up. The law enforcement officer of our day, willing to let that shit slide, and wants to institute a task force for his religious buddies. All the religious right that went nut shit over a fornicator. Yeah, let's just give Donnie a good old mulligan there when it comes to the sex, lying, and stealing part. So long as they pass laws for the religious right. You can thank Ronald Reagan for that shit. He's the first one that convinced him, y'all, Jesus would want you to vote. Are you shitting me? Read Jesus again, because he says take care of the poor, the sick, the elderly. He doesn't say give it all to the rich. Are you shitting me? As a famous guy once said they haven't figured the part out. These Republicans, these assholes up there, they are so determined to give their tax cut and their money to the richest people in this country, because they can't figure out their little pea-brain, greedy little mind that if they gave that money to the poorest on the list, well, that rich man would have that money in his hand by the end of the day. You know why? Because poor people have to spend it. They have to go out and buy the shit they need to live. You give a big $1 million tax cut to a rich guy, what does he do? He just got another $1 million to add over there to the column of numbers he's already got. Do you think he needs that money? Shit, no. Do you think that person at the bottom needs that money? Hell yes. What would he do with that money? He would spend that money. He would build the economy up. If everybody had a little money to spend, we'd all be building up the economy. Instead of people like Betsy DeVos, who has 9 or 10 yachts, and she's worried about one of them got loose on the Great Lakes up there. Oh, hell, Betsy, you could just buy you another one. Piss on that one. Got money coming out the freaking wazoo, and they want more. They just greedy. And that's what Donald Trump is, a greedy little bastard. Donnie threatens to shut down the government. It's okay with him, baby. Let's shut it down if I don't get my wall. Give me my wall. I want my wall, you whiny little bitch. That's all that man is. He's a crybaby. He'll kick anybody in the shins to get his way. He'll create as much havoc as he can and whine and call people names. Hey, you got a name for Michael Cohen yet? Hey, that's got to be coming up pretty high on your list there, Donnie. Because it sure looks like collusion to me, baby. And now, speaking of that, Giuliani. I don't even know if that's a crime, colluding about Russia. You start analyzing the crime. The hacking is the crime. The president didn't hack. Are you shitting me, Rudy? You went from mayor of a city. They held you up high. Now you're a babbling clown. Now you're trying to convince people, yeah, it's collusion, but collusion's not against the law. Are you shitting me? It's against the moral integrity of our country. And now the right up there, Donnie with his tweets all freaking weekend. It was a circus of his top hits. He yelled, crooked Hillary, witch hunt, rigged, no collusion, 13, now 17 angry Democrats, illegal scam, Obama, fake news, enemy of the people, Ivanka's hottest piece of ass ever, Comey and Mueller, mad at me. I think that's all of them. I don't know. One of them might have been a rumor. That's his little tweets this weekend. The whole shit and shaboodle. Everything from the Department of Justice. They're all criminals. Mueller wanted the job of the FBI and I didn't give it to him, and now he's just getting mad at me. Now he's trying to rig me, frame me. He's a sniveling little coward. The man is a coward. He has been all his life. He hides behind lawyers and in this and that. Oh, you point out a lie, he lies about lying. Oh, I didn't mean that. Don't believe what you see. That's what the man said. Don't believe what you see. That for an American? That's fine. American president tells you that shit. It's still a bit warm down here. I hope the weather's fine wherever you at. The Ivanka Jewelry Company, you know, diamonds and all, they're being investigated for money laundering. Yeah, it's easy to do when you're dealing in diamonds, baby. What diamonds? I didn't see no diamonds. Oh, I don't know how they got here. Yeah. That religious liberty shit has me up in arms. Look at tweets galore. Sometimes my notes get to me. Because I read them, I look down to make sure I've got everything and I see it all in one little picture. All of the shit that happens every day with this man. And we put up with it. The Democrats in the Senate requested from the Judicial Committee run by Senator Grassley. Yeah, real fine American, ain't he? Well, they want the judicial records for Kavanaugh. Can't have them, the Senate says. Why? Because they're Republican assholes and you don't have a right to look at anything they don't want you to look at. That's why. None of your business. Get out of here. Go along. That's why. Because the Republicans have the House and Senate and they think they can do any damn thing they will, and that's what they're doing, baby. Justice? Are you shitting me? There's no justice up in that House. There's no honor up in that House left on the Republican side. They're scumbag, white supremacist, neo-Nazis willing to climb in bed with anybody. And they'll sell hell for it. Woo! Hey, did y'all see Roy Moore on that Sacha Baron thing on Showtime again? Who is America? It's an embarrassing show for America. Because they had Roy Moore on there. And they had this Israeli security force guy. He's telling them all about the new advanced security measures they have in Israel and how the chemical reaction puts off a sensor there. And if it's a pedophile around, well, it'll go off. It's like a metal detector, and he waves it all over himself, and it doesn't work. He waves it over there at Roy Moore, and it beeps like hell. And he brings it back on himself. No, don't worry. And Roy Moore gets a little look on his face, and he calls over another camera. Hey, come here. No, it don't work on him. Doesn't work on me. And beep, 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 beep. Oh, it goes off on Roy Moore. No, Roy Moore's not happy about that shit. I've been married 30-something years and all that. Well, buddy, you don't have to, you know. You could have ended your marriage a long time ago and gone out and been a pedophile without embarrassing your wife. Oh, but you didn't do that. You stayed with your wife. Why, you went and hunted little girls. That's what the story is there. That's what I heard. That's what people are saying. You know, on the internet. Well, get ready for the whole new shit and shaboodle there. This week we'll be able to download and print 3D printed guns. Why? Because the NRA says it's great. You can download. You don't need a license. Over 1,000 people have already downloaded the blueprint for an AR-15. That's just the tip of the iceberg, baby. Why go buy all that, spend all that money at the gun store? Hell, you could just print one. It'll even pass through security, I guess. Are you shitting me? I don't know who in the hell thought it was a good idea to allow that shit on the open internet so any Joe Blow out there on the street for any reason at any time can download and print him up a gun real quick. Yeah, why don't we have a task force on 3D printable guns? We could put a task force on a lot of bullshit in this country. But no, we're going to spend our time and our money protecting a very few on the religious right who think that just Jesus is the only one that gets these laws, because I guarantee you they're not out there to protect any other religions' religious freedom. Are you shitting me? Did you see that town out in Arizona when they said, oh, we're going to build a mosque here? They went ape shit. Every time there was a mosque burned down right down up the street up here in Victoria, Texas. Burnt to the ground. They got religious freedom in Victoria, Texas? Depends, baby. You worshiping Jesus or not? Is that the country we want? Is that the country that is laid out in our Constitution, what our Constitution describes? Freedom of religion. You can have your religion. I don't behold anybody their religion. Pray all you want. Pray hard. Our country needs it. But don't rely on it. Don't make your laws intertwine with your Sharia shit. I don't give a shit if it's Christian, Islamic, or whatever. I don't want your religious shit in my laws. I made a comment about, hey, welcome to the Handmaid's Tale. You think that's a joke? That's how it gets started. That's how a story like that can evolve into a hit TV show. Because it's plausible. Because we see people like Jeff Sessions at the highest pinnacles of our government instituting task forces to enforce religious freedoms. How far of a jump is it? How far is it a jump? Because that religious right, they want it all, baby. They want more money. They need a foundation building, for the Jesus Church and all that. Send your dollars. That's what religion has become. Send me your money. Seed money. Give me a little money and Jesus will make it grow. Yeah. Anyway, what else? Let me see. Donnies says he's going to go, or he's open to meeting with the Iranian President Rouhani. No, don't do that. Are you shitting me? We've been embarrassed enough. You went to Kim Jong-un, made an idiot out of yourself there. Then you're going to go over and see Putin. You make an ass out of yourself there. Please stay away from the Iranian president. We don't need you to embarrass this country more and more. This just beard goes one way, I'm telling you. We don't need the embarrassment in our country, Donnie. Get out. That's about all I got. I got a few thank yous to say out. Here lately, we had a bump. We've had a bump on our YouTube. When I came down here, we're at 4,771 followers on YouTube. That bump, that's about a 800 or 900 person bump over the weekend, maybe 1,000, and that's a big bump. On Facebook, we're up to 13,052, and so we broke 13,000 on Facebook. And I wanted to call out some of our Patreon members that just joined. I really appreciate the support we're getting. Deborah Garlich, who, by the way, sent me a photograph, darling, in Patreon there with your blue jeans, your cowboy boots, and your cowboy hat. You look like you're about to go out two-stepping, so better watch out, Deborah. Coming down here, you might find yourself on a dance floor, darling. Anyway, Paul Riley, Mike Johnson, Fatima Sativa, I like that name, Justin Banks, and Walter Walls. Hey, Tom. I appreciate y'all on Patreon supporting the show. We've also had some donations here lately on PayPal. That's Keith Thompson, which was his second time doing that. Keith, we appreciate it. Stephen Hope, Hannah Allman, and Jason Spitzer have all been donators on PayPal, and we really appreciate it. It's what keeps the lights going and pays for all the little stuff that we have. I also got a letter from Paulette Holbeck, I think. Holbeck, let me open this up. Yes, Paulette Holbeck. And she reminds me that she doesn't do Facebook or Twitter or PayPal, but she can still make a nice donation, which she did, by using an envelope and a stamp. So, Paulette, thank you very much, darling, for that donation. And we're going to put that right with the because the rent on the post office box is coming up due, and I better not spend this on anything else. I can't lose my post office box because that's how y'all communicate with me. And we really appreciate, all the love we get through that way. So to all those people, our heart goes out to you. We really appreciate it, and it keeps us going. Every day, baby, there's a new reason to keep this movement going and growing. Religious Task Force. What do you know? What do you think next? Witch hunt, rigged, everything's against Donnie. Oh my God, it's we need the disgusting piece of crap out of our house. The only way we're going to do that is with our voice and with our vote. With our vote. But our voices have to be risen to get all those people to the voting booths come November. This is an important election. I'm telling you, people, our lives are on the line with this shit. If we don't stop it now, how far can it get before he gets his ass thrown out of there? They could do a lot more destruction. They already are with the EPA and a lot of other stuff we could talk about. But I better get this done and up on the line because it's getting hot in here and it is starting to sweat bad. And I better get off here and tend to my leg again because I'm bleeding through again. And anyway, like, share, and subscribe. John Bruniveau of Blue Dot in Texas on YouTube. John Bruniveau on Facebook. Blue Dot in Texas on Facebook. John Bruniveau Speaks, Blue Dot Family. Go by there, join the family. Their numbers are going up just like mine, and we're just happy to have that. Joe Riddle, my heart goes out to you, buddy. I know what that's like. And so head up, bub, and keep plugging away day after day. That's all we can do, you know. On Twitter, at Blue Dot in Texas. Out my truck window. Anywhere else we can get the message out. Keep the message going. Inform others, encourage others, and that's how we build this wave. So keep building it up, baby. We're not done yet. We'll see y'all on Wednesday. Later.